back home. How are you doing? I've gone back to the previous audio setup with having the Dynamite inline with a mic rather than inline with my audio interface because seemingly that was causing blips in Teams when I was in work meetings. So yeah, back to this now. And I don't know. Audio is just awful. Definitely means that I'm going to be looking at investing in that Rodecaster Duo sooner than later. I was thinking of Streamer X as well, but I don't know. Got the Stream 1 now, got an external monitor. I haven't had time to properly play with it. I need to get my graphics card in my rig, and hopefully this weekend will be the last busy weekend I've got for a little while, so hopefully I will then be able to spend some time on that. But there's a whole gamut of other life stuff that has happened in the past week that just means now I've got to sort some more stuff and... yeah. What can we do though? We can't do very much, can we? And it is what it is. So... fingers crossed there'll be some new and interesting things happening on the streams, on my channels. And yeah, I'm looking forward to experimenting with things. Kind of tempted to try some chroma keying if I can get something going on in the background. I don't know. We'll see. It's just something that Stream 1 can do in hardware. So thinking about that. I'm pretty tired. Didn't sleep again particularly well last night, but at least I'm home and it was good to see the little one. Right, I'm going to talk about M. Night Shyamalan's, however you pronounce his name. It's a newish film. I think it's called Knock at the Cabin Door. And I didn't realise it was his movie, to be absolutely honest, when put on. It's been on his watch list for a couple of weeks now. And I have to say, I didn't hate it. Kind of got where it was going fairly early-ish on. I said to the missus... well, I won't spoil it, but I basically, like, one for one got who the characters were and where the story was going. Which is a bit disappointing in some respect. It reminded me a lot of Signs. Not Signs. I can't remember what the other one's called. The Village. It reminded me a lot of The Village, where the twist, we all know, M. Night Shyamalan's films tend to have quite significant plot twists. It was telegraphed too soon, I felt, and it was too on the nose, whereas Sixth Sense and Unbreakable, I felt, were more subtle in what they did. Certainly this was like pretty much on the nose. If you've ever read a particular text or know anything about certain elements of I don't want to give it away, but yeah, there's certain very well-known significant texts that mention these characters, and if you know any of what that is, then it's pretty blatant what's going on. But the film was still really good. We enjoyed it. More than we thought we were going to be totally honest. I'm pleasantly surprised because it's not often I'm enjoying many films these days. So that was a nice thing to come home to. And I would like to see more films like that, to be totally honest. I like the small amount of cast. I like the interplay of the characters. And I actually like the layering of philosophies. Let's put it that way. I think that's a good way of wording it without spoiling it for anybody. On top of an interesting story idea. It's a good way of doing it. And that worked really well for me. So, yeah, if you've seen it, let me know down in the comments. I'd be interested to know what you think of it as well. It's certainly something that I hope there's going to be another film from him. See, he had quite a significant break, I think, didn't he, between a few of his films. He went downhill. But turning into form with this one, I think. It's an interesting take. Warhammer this evening, looking forward to that. Turns out I've been doing something wrong in Spearhead, something that we thought was basically just a not a meaningless choice, but wasn't as important as it actually is. And I feel there's something being lost in communication in terms of where this is mentioned in the rules. I can't recall if it was mentioned in the rules as such, and the importance of choosing the side of the board to play on, and how that affects certain armies, and that juxtaposition between light and dark, and the tactics twist cards, sorry, not the tactics cards, that are linked to either the light side or the dark side, good, evil, whatever two opposites you want to word them as, and how that then links to the different factions. So even down to the deployment, from it being an horizontal split on the board to being a diagonal split, favors certain armies over the others. So where there's an imbalance in the matchups, that can be countered if you roll and choose a certain side of the board or the certain deployment part. And then obviously who gets to go first, the alpha strike mentality plays into that as well. So as my army of choice, a sub like Gravelords, turn one on Ashkir, how I pronounce it, I think it's Ashkir. So the evil side of the board, with a diagonal deployment, is very advantageous for me because I can get my Blood Knights in. I get the charge buff, so my damage output is +1. The rend is higher, and it's like boom. I mean, once that unit is engaged, I'm pretty much taking out whatever unit they manage to charge should they get that charge. And it's very unlikely on a small board that they wouldn't make that charge. So yeah, I didn't know that was a thing. It just felt quite OP and oppressive. I mean, it is an oppressive army, but playing against my friend who is playing as the Fire Slayers, and we tend to play on the Ashkir side anyway with a diagonal split because it seemed more fun for us, it was putting him at a disadvantage. So finding out that yesterday will make it interesting in tonight's gaming if that extra layer of strategy pre-battle actually impacts the outcome. So yeah, that's more of a hobby channel discussion that I need to have, and we'll probably be doing that. So yeah, but I'm going to leave it for there. At lunchtime, need to crack on, but I will see you on the other side. Hit you up tomorrow. Have a good one. Hugs in the shed and all of that good stuff. And yay, back in West Yorkshire with the right colour roses. See you later.